Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mias and welcome to my Time Thief deck profile. So before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, so Time Thief, what I really like about this, I guess the new support, it was just like one card really. It doesn't technically change that much to the deck because you can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn. I hate this condition so freaking much, it's so annoying. That is Time Thief Adjuster. So either normal or special, you either special summon it when you summon like a Time Thief monster you control. That made absolutely no sense. When you summon a Time Thief monster, either by normal or special summon. And also, if it is normal or special, well, you can Foolish for one Time Thief card, so from your deck to the graveyard, but like I said, exactly, it is only one effect that you choose, so it's not the best. It would have been so cool if it was actually both effects. It would have actually triggered brand new combos, but I just feel like everything that you can do with Adjuster, it was kind of something that you could always do before, and I really wanted to play this deck as pure as possible, because when you start splashing it with Raid Raptor and I guess Phantom Knight cards, you're not really making a better Time Thief deck, you're just making a worse Raid Raptor deck, and I hate just that dynamic. I think it makes no sense. But yeah, as a pure deck, you get to play a lot of utility cards, which I love, and let's jump right into it. So I'm playing 3 Nibiru, which could honestly be anything at this point. 3 Gamma. Gamma actually serves so many purposes in this deck. First of all, because your Time Thief Redoer is a Psychic and it leaves the field, so it actually triggers your Sideframe Lambda. We don't play Extravagance anymore because Pot of Disparity kind of just replaces it, right? You'd rather have like one card that you can rely on by banishing 3 cards that you choose rather than banishing 6 cards that you don't choose and getting 2 random draws. Or you, I guess, can use the other argument where you can banish 6 cards that you choose and pretty much have a guaranteed of having a really good card. So your Time Thief Regulator, if you just don't draw it but you draw Disparity and you excavate 6, very high chances of finding that that regulator. I believe it's almost a 50% chance or something like that. Actually gigantic. So there's that. And if you get ashed on the regulator or on the Disparity or something like that, well, your Gamma can just negate it, and then you summon Omega, you remove another card from their hand, so they're playing against, they're playing against you with 3 cards, and potentially you sniped maybe a Nibiru or something like that, I don't know. But I think this is just fantastic. Like I said, the fact that you can actually just search it with Lambda, and also if you're trying to break boards, or I guess kind of play through Nibiru when you're going first, you can make Lambda ASAP on your like 3rd summon, and then you start making rank 4s, and if your opponent Nibirus you literally just go Gamma, and then you make another, like you see where this is going, and then you search another Omega, another Gamma, and you kind of just win the game. So Gamma is absolutely fantastic in this deck, I just love it so much. Ashe, I guess there's no reason to explain Ashe, is just good against rogue decks, not really good against meta decks. It has never been good against meta decks, to be honest. It's always that kind of outcast of a hand shop where you play it because I don't know, it's like it's good against everything that isn't great, but it's bad against everything that is insane. In a way, if that makes sense, but that is definitely how I feel about Ashe, and the reason for that is because it is kind of like a low impact against combo while being a hard once per turn, so if you drop multiples, it just doesn't achieve anything, whereas if you have Nibiru and they don't have a backup, they only have like the basic 1 or 2 card combo for their combo with just no recovery cards, and I guess they just drew bricks or just redundant cards, your one single Nibiru does the job, and I guess even Gamma to a certain extent does the job, whereas Ashe is just like negate, but I don't destroy, so yeah, just keep doing your thing. Nah. And of course, everyone's favorite, Red Eyes Black Dragon that only takes 1 tribute. Fun fact, there is no fun fact about this card. I always draw it and I hate it, so. Oh man. Time Thief Wender, basically the Stratos of this deck. I mean, literally, because it has 1800 attack and searches for a Time Thief card upon normal or special, so you can search during your opponent's turn because you summon it during the standby phase with Perpetua. By the way, Perpetua is during the standby phase, not just during your opponent's standby phase. So during your opponent's standby phase, you can actually revive back Basil Ship and DD Crow your opponent on top of having, all of the interruptions that you already have, and then during your standby phase, this is where you could potentially revive back Winder, search Retrograde, etc., because you don't necessarily necessarily need that discard during your opponent's turn unless you're playing something sketch. But yeah, it's just something that I guess someone commented on my video telling me, yeah, just revive Basil Ship during your opponent's standby. I think it's better to have a DD Crow than, you know, just like a surge that you're gonna get next turn anyways. So yeah, just in case you haven't watched my Gombo video, I think you should check it out right now. It is relatively insightful, so yeah. Regulator, or I guess Rescue Rabbit on crack, literally, because Rescue Rabbit, sure, it summons 2 monsters, but 2 vanilla monsters. Of course, Gemini Garnet is a vanilla monster with an effect, but that's besides the point. Garnet is insane. But Regulator literally searches 2 cards with like actual real effects. So you can summon Winder and Adjuster and go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. And the reason why they might not necessarily ash the Regulator is because you could actually have a Gamma, because this actually tributes itself for cost. And speaking of tributing itself for cost, you can play Living Fossil, another thing that someone commented on my video, because Living Fossil doesn't, it's not really like, how do you say it? I can't really think of another card that does what I am trying to explain, but Living Fossil only negates the effect of the monster while it is face up on the field. Well, while Living Fossil is on the field, so if you tribute itself for cost, Living Fossil's negation of the effect of the monster is no longer applied because it is a quick play continuous spell card. Sorry, equip spell. Oh my! Basically, equip spells kind of function the same way continuous spells do. Anyways, they have to be face up on the field to basically resolve. And that's the same thing. So if you just tribute your Regulator for cost, you just summon 2, and that's pretty happy landy. So yeah, 2 Adjuster, I already explained it. 1 Chrono Quarter and 1 Basil Ship. They're not the best cards, but they do have 1,000 attacks, so they can be turned into El Mirage, which allows you to summon Parallel Exceed, or you can make Bujin Ahashima, or I guess Cyframe Lambda in order to still trigger the Parallel Exceed. So if you can summon 1 monster or 2 monsters on the field, Parallel Exceed is always that instant rank 4. I like it so much, like I said. And Lambda is just a guarantee that you cannot get Nibiru whatsoever, so yeah, not bad, not bad. Oh, and another card that I'm playing right now is Strangulanius. So this card is good and bad at the same time, because if you control a dark monster, you can special summon it from your hand, but unfortunately it locks you under dark only. Now the reason why this is a flaw is because it locks you under making Negalogia, which is a light, and also it has another effect where if you control an Xyz monster that has a dark Xyz monster underneath, you can revive back 1 Raid Raptor monster in your graveyard. It doesn't have to be something other than Strangulanius. So if you just play 3 Strangulanius, you can actually revive back your other Strangulaniuses, which is very nice because Negalogia can definitely have a Dark Xyz monster underneath if you battle with basically Time Thief Redoer or Perpetua, and the 2 materials that you would use would be the 2 others, and then when you make a Perpetua, you can actually attach a material to your Negalogia, and you can use the effect of Negalogia over and over and over and over and over again. Not bad, not bad. Now I'm actually playing 2 Dinotherium. I think this is actually like, this is good, but like it's also not great because once again it is once per turn, so same flaw as Strangulanius, but also it kind of helps the opponent if you're going second because they can revive back a level 4 monster, or they can revive back from your graveyard, which is bait. So yeah, I don't know, I think 2 Dinotherium is fine. With that logic, I should also be playing 2 Strangulanius, but I don't know, I'm not the most logical guy in the world anyway, so yeah, whatever. And of course, 3 Disparity, I already explained that. If you want to play this deck ASAP, well, first of all, what are you doing? Because I'm showing a deck list that actually plays Adjuster, so you're probably not watching the right deck profile. But to be fair, almost nothing would change. You can just play Pot of Extravagance instead, and I guess just cut the El Mirage and the Lambda and the Gamma, and you would all, like, yeah, I don't know, I don't even think it's worth it, honestly. I think these cards just help the deck so much more, because it makes the deck more consistent without relying on Extravagance, because to be fair, you would actually honestly have to rely on Extravagance quite a lot, or Desires would be bad, because you could just banish like these 2 1-ofs. Even if you play them at 2, doesn't make sense because they're bricky, so pretty much doing everything wrong. Please don't do that. Yeah, Monster Reborn, of course, Called by the Grave. Gravedigger, I like this card a lot, man. With Rafflesia, you can actually play through Nibiru, so not bad, not bad. 2 Shade Brigandine, I don't play Infinite, because this would actually clash with Infinite. You have to have no traps in your graveyard to use the effect, so, it's pretty bait. 2 Retrograde, it's good in the grand game, and this is pure anyways. It's not really like a combo-esque version, so I think the second might actually come up. But I don't know. Yeah, it's really up to you if you want to play the second one. And then I'm playing one flyback, of course. It's kind of like that DD Crow-esque card. It interrupts your opponent's graveyard without actually banishing, so yeah. And then, of course, Imperial Order, because I'm playing 5 spells, come on. For the extra deck, 2 Redoer, I don't feel like you need 3, because Perpetua can just revive it, so it's better to play 3 Perpetua and 2 Redoer than the other way around. Tornado Dragon, Baguska Dweller, Rafflesia. All these cards are nasty. I mean, Baguska is insane going second. You can just make it if your opponent doesn't interrupt you while you have 2 level 4s. And then as soon as you make it, well, all of their Synchro Xyz, Pendulum, and Fusion monsters are negated. All not their links, obviously, but they have to commit to summoning link monsters, and they have to have a link with at least 2100 attack. And if you play Battle Trap, no, please don't play Battle Traps. I guess Proactive Spot Removal as well. Yeah, you can wish them good luck on destroying your Baguska, so not too bad. Of course, I'm playing 2 Nagalogia because your Xyz monsters can easily battle. I don't really know why I would want to explain Nagalogia in an Xyz deck. I mean, what the heck? But yeah, it's gigantic support for this deck. It actually helps drastically, so 2 level 4s pretty much can beat like a full board in a way, kind of, but yeah. Omega because of Gamma, or I guess if you, yeah, also if you're playing against like Dragma decks, you just send this and another card and then you just put them back on, like in your extra deck, or you can Omega 1 card from their, you know, thingy. And yeah, El Mirage and Bujina Hashima with Lambda. Idea section, I honestly have nothing that I really want to talk about, so Exciton is good, Photon Thrasher, Rocket Tracer, Rocket Recharger, because I'm playing the Rocket package. Well, not really, but you could. It's, I mean, Quick Launch is a 1-card rank 4 if you are willing to play the Bricks, but I don't think it's worth it. Rocket Tracer would take up your normal summon and would actually require you to play a Brick as well. And Rocket Recharger is legit a Garnet, so, Boral Sword, I guess could make sense, but the thing is, your Bujina Hashima, which is the only way to really link, I guess, swarm the field, but while having a link to monster, is actually kind of bait because it cannot be used as a link material, so you can't really link climb into Boral Sword effectively. So just sticking with rank 4s and I guess controlling and just OTKing with sheer power is, you know, good enough. And the rest is just basic plain utility cards. Treacherous is the most, like, relevant here, I guess I want to say, because it actually has a utility thanks to Rafflesia, but a Gravedigger is honestly much better. I'd rather play Gravedigger in the main deck and potentially even side a second Gravedigger. Depends on if my opponent is playing Mad Hand Traps, because if you draw that 1 Gravedigger, you can no longer use Rafflesia. But that's basically all I had to say for this Time Thief deck profile. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. Thank you for watching. I'm making my outros faster and faster every time. I will see you next time. Peace!